Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Greg Rishbeater. I hope you're all having a lovely night. I am proud to introduce tonight's commencement speaker, Mr. Mike Millward. Mike is the father of one of my best friends, so I've known Mike since early elementary school. But Mike hasn't been just a friend's dad. He's been a friend himself. Mike has always been there for us, either helping us with basketball at school or when Jaden and I would raid his fridge when no one was looking. Mike has been a big influence to us in our community. You always see him on campus or around town helping people and lifting spirits. Mike is currently finishing up his second year on the Vallecito Union School Board. So let's get him up here. Your commencement speaker of 2009 and a really great guy, Mike Millward.
Well, thank you, Greg. That was a very nice introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening, class of 2009. Before we have a chance to talk tonight, permit me just a moment to express my appreciation and some nostalgia as Ellen and I watched the last of our 4 children graduate from this remarkable place. 4 coast camps, countless basketball games, track meets, medieval fairs, school dances, pajama days, Adam projects, which of course the kids do all by themselves, and now 4 graduations. Ellen and I have full and appreciative hearts for everyone here who pours their heart and soul into the education of our kids here at Avery. Now, graduates, let me tell you, it's my privilege to be here, and I thank you very much for asking me to speak to you tonight. I love your graduation theme, Twilight in Central Park. It's appropriate because in many ways what we're doing here tonight is we're watching the sunset on a chapter in your lives. Tonight we mark transition. It's a time for all of us to gather as you say goodbye to 3 years in your life in which you have grown and changed so much. Tomorrow, in many ways, you begin again. The sun will rise on a new day in your young lives as you look forward to summer vacation, and then with both excitement and perhaps a little trepidation, how it will be that your life will unfold as you start high school in the fall. So tonight I want to talk to you about a couple of ideas, thoughts for the road ahead, as it were. I don't expect you to dwell on these ideas tonight, for tonight is one for celebration and well-deserved fun. But I do hope that you'll lodge these ideas somewhere, and as you leave, and as you go on in your life, you'll bring these ideas back into focus. So the first thing I want to talk to you about tonight is about being cool and what it means to be cool. I would like you right now to think about the people in your life who you think are cool. Teachers, parents, other significant adults, your friends. Think about the people that you think of highly, that you say, he's a cool guy or she's cool. I'm going to guess what it is that you will say they have in common. First and foremost, I bet these people are nice to you. They don't put you down, and they especially do not have the need to tease you or make fun of you just to make themselves feel better. Because we see way too much of that in the world. I'm betting that the cool people in your life treat you with respect. They value who you are as a person, and they value the qualities and gifts that you bring to the world. My experience is that cool people in my life, they want to know what I think, and they care about how I feel. Have you ever noticed that really cool people are good listeners? Cool people know they're not perfect. And the truth is that they struggle to be liked and accepted, and that all of us do. It's a beautiful thing. Because as different as we all are, we all want to be liked. We all want to be loved. We all want to be accepted. It's the way of human beings. And when we understand this, when we learn this about ourselves and others, and we bring this into our hearts, we're happier people. Now, we've all had moments when we've done something or said something to another person that we regret. And lots of times we did that because we were feeling insecure, afraid, or unhappy. And somehow we thought it might make ourselves feel better. And of course it has the opposite effect. When we diminish another, we really only diminish ourselves. Cool people acknowledge us, they value us, and they raise us up. And this is important. They also raise themselves up at the same time. So as you point towards high school and into the rest of your lives, please honor the unique gifts that each of you bring to the table of life, and honor the gifts that others bring too. There is value in, and the world needs, all of the passions that engage our attention. To the students who love music and play in the band, honor their passion for music brings joy and creativity to the world. Honor the kids who love sports, because we know that at its best, athletics builds character, camaraderie, and we learn to work as a team. The students who excel in science and math, honor their passion, for they will lead us in the discoveries of your generation. The quest to cure cancer, the efforts to control and reverse global warming are just several examples of the work that they will attend to. The list goes on. You'll study with kids who love the land, agriculture, environmental science, forestry. They will sustain us and feed the world. There are those whose passion is politics, the study of government and society. They will make laws and lead us into the future. Honor the young men and women who love English. They will be the authors and journalists of a new world. And honor those with a passion for learning any and all subjects. They will become the next generation of teachers, perhaps the highest calling of an educated society. And you will meet many students along the way, perhaps even when you look in the mirror, who have yet to discover what it is that they love to do. What course of study or career path catches their attention? Be especially kind to these students, because it is not easy not to know. Our passions and our callings come to us uniquely at different times and at different ages. And as we send you forth from this time and place into the rest of your lives, I would also encourage you to a life of service. And not just when you become adults, but today, tomorrow, and the day after that. Because the truth is, when we give to others, we receive back. We are fed in ways we would never expect. I promise you that you will grow, learn, and change in proportion to how it is that you choose to give back to the world in which you live. The Prime Minister of Great Britain during World War II, Winston Churchill, may have said it best. You make a living by what you earn. You make a life by what you give. The fact that when we look in the mirror and we like what we see when we have given of ourselves is not our motivation, but it is, however, what happens. Now, just a month ago, I was fortunate to accompany 29 of you to Washington, D.C. We saw many famous sights, one of which included the National Cathedral. As we were leaving the cathedral and heading back to our bus, one of your classmates snuck away from the group and left some money in a small box on the cathedral wall simply entitled, "For the Poor." A moment later, she was back on the bus and we were off to our next stop. In fact, only one adult in our group even noticed this small but very generous act. Now it strikes me that this young lady will never know how her donation mingled with others to make a difference in someone's life. She will never know who it was that may have been provided a warm meal or a safe place to sleep because of her generosity. It is often like that when we are of service. We may never know how it is that we change the circumstances of another through our service or our kindness. But what we do know is that a life of service changes us. It is true what they say, what goes around comes around. You are not too young to hear these words. You are a wonderful group of young adults, and you can make a difference in the lives of others. Tonight, tomorrow, and for the rest of your lives. I will leave you with these words tonight. As our children, stepchildren, and grandchildren, we rear you, we guide you, and we even admonish you, often in 3-word phrases. Now tell me if you've heard these before. Phrases like, brush your teeth, do your homework, wash the dishes, clean your room. Perhaps here at Avery you've even heard a teacher or two tell you, don't chew gum. Well, tonight as we walk with you into the twilight of Central Park, as we witness with you the end of your middle school life, and as we wake with you tomorrow in the light of a new day in your young lives, we want to say 3 different words to you tonight. We want to say to you here and now that we love you and we support you. As each of you steps forward tonight to receive your diploma, you are loved and held by this gathered community. Your family and friends, your teachers, the other significant adults that have guided you thus far in your journey, we are all behind you. So class of 2009, have fun tonight. Always look for the life-enriching opportunity to be of service to others. And of course, be cool.